Metal Gear Rising Revengance, Konami's 2013 masterpiece that centers around balls-to-the-walls, testosterone-fueled ninja cyborgs throwing giant robots and dancing. It is one of the greatest inventions known to man, and I'm here to show you why. Now, even if you haven't played this game, I am certain you are already very familiar with the concept of it. In fact, you've probably seen some of the primary characters in it, just not in videos that you would expect.
Oh, you wanna see my itty-bitty bunny milkies? Okay, just this once.
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't spread over every egg. Why won't you die? You can't hurt me, Jack. Nanomachine, son. This senator. Die! Die, you piece of shit!
So let's see what's the lore behind all those Revengeance videos that I love so much. Let's go! Obama 2026!
The sign of a strong leader, sir.
No. The will of a strong people.
Champion of the poor. Oh god.
Thought of groups like yours as
Oh wait, here.
opportunists, enablers
Put
of
up the disclaimer. Political opinion incoming. Okay, you got 5 seconds for this. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Private militaries are probably bad.
But you've trained our new army well.
There's a saying I like. One sword keeps another in the sheath.
This guy watched one episode of Bleach and it shows.
Is a deterrent. Sometimes by taking a life, others can be preserved. It's the code the samurai lived by.
Oh my god, he's a weeb.
A soldier and a philosopher.
Encourage
You are
him.
full of
God damn. I think he missed. Alright, let's get to the chase here. The Brazilian sword guy chops down these people like they're literally made out of paper, and we kind of get the hell out of Dodge. Somehow, while we're driving, the cyborgs manage to create a drivable wall that they move in front of us, blocking us in. Our vehicle also takes a slight bit of damage. Now that we're blocked in, it's showdown time. Raiden steps out of the car and there's no way he was wearing a suit over that. Either way, I have a confession to make. I'm not doing anything right now because I wasn't at my computer at the time. You see, I've played through this game so many times and seen this cutscene so goddamn many times that I just kind of walked away while the recording was going. Luckily, I wasn't completely clueless though, and eventually I came back before I was killed. This leads us to the basics of the game. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance prides itself on one thing. You can cut anything. And I mean anything. We're talking people, trees, poles, trees, people, giant robots. This entire first section is basically a tutorial area where you could learn basic combat skills against enemies. Just make sure you got the controls down. But I've beaten this game already, so I don't really feel the need to mess around. I'm kidding, of course I do. But after I'm done messing around, it's time to go to the next cutscene. So Edward Scissorhands here descends from heaven, and I'm just gonna let you listen to him.
You want with the Prime Minister?
I want him dead.
Yeah, this guy's personality is literally what I call comically evil.
Some of us lack that economy. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living?
The best way I could describe him is if you go to any anti-war group and ask them what the average, tank CEO sounds like, they'll just point to this guy. Granted, they'd be right, but regardless, he says something something war, something something 9/11, grabs the Prime Minister and just kind of jumps off. Raiden starts to follow after him, but gets interrupted by this. Yeah, just block it. You got this. And I'd like to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to the first real enemy in this game, Metal Gear Ray. This giant robot has guns, turrets, a hydraulic laser, a tail with spikes on it, and just sheer size. I mean, look at this thing. I've seen people on the internet say, step on me. God damn, if this thing steps on you, it's sending you straight down into China. The one easy thing about this game, though, is as long as you're running, you automatically deflect bullets, making its turrets practically useless. If anything, this first fight has less to do with the boss and me fighting the camera. What you're supposed to do is go for each of its legs. Once you damage them enough, you can take off the armor. Then once you take off the armor, you could take off the turrets on the respective sides. Then from there, you could kind of just beat them down until the point where the fight transitions into the last phase. Now, before you see this next part, I feel I have to explain. The more you get into this game, the more abilities you'll unlock. One of those abilities is being able to parry in midair. I forgot you didn't start with that. I swear I'm a real gamer, don't make fun of me. Either way, I go right back to chipping at its legs. I got it down to around 15% health without taking pretty much any damage. I tried to go for a cool move where I would hit its foot and take out its head at the same time, but I was slightly too far away. After that, though, I remembered. You could actually damage its head in this phase, which I'd never done before. I figured, what's the worst that could happen, and I decided to try it out. I was reminded why I never attacked its head before this. You know what they say, though, third time's the charm, and any excuse to listen to this music is a good one. I go back to the cycle, I whittle down its legs, I go into space-time mode and just do some slashy slashes. A lot of ducking and dodging between, trying to get in as many hits as I can on him, because his health bar goes down slow as hell when he still has his armor on. Even so, I was getting the feel of it, and he barely hit me at the first part while I was being more careful. He kept doing this charge attack, though, that kept me off guard. I couldn't dodge it reliably, and so eventually I decided to try and parry it. I know it's a stupid move because it's a giant robot, and holy shit, you could parry that. I'm not complaining, I guess. Anything that helps me take him down easier. He jumps away at 1% health, and I go in for the kill. He fires off not one, but 2 hydraulic cannons at me while I'm trying to run at him, and throws his blade at me. And this is why I love the game. He throws the robot and then jumps to it while it's flying!
Sweeping wide open!
This is the male fantasy.